Okay, welcome back ladies and gents. Today is a really nice easy one. It's something I should have done last week. It's something you should do before you take your bike back out from winter. And it's just kind of like a maintenance check anyway. What I'm going to be doing today is taking the rear caliper off of this just to give it a little clean, because I took this out last week. I was going around the New Forest, doing all the nice little bends, and the rear brake seized up on me. That's probably just where it's been sat for about 4 months in the workshop, not being used throughout the winter, and I should have really checked that before I took it out, but I didn't. So we're just going to whip that off today, take the boot of the piston back, give it a little clean up, check that that is the issue, and then we'll put it back on. So it's kind of like a what to do before taking your bike back out for spring, and also a how to fix a seized brake caliper. So stay tuned, pay attention. So, I've just taken the rear brake caliper off. It's a single pot brake caliper on this, and you can see all around the sides here a bunch of oxidization on this rear caliper, and you can also probably see right on there there's a bunch of gunk up and build all over here, a little bit of oxidization on here, just where everything's been nice and snug and tight. But you can see on the inside of that pot and all the way around it, there's just a lot of gunk from where it's been sat for a while. So what we'll do is we'll push this pot out by pumping the rear brake pedal. This will come out ever so slightly, and then we can get a nice rag on there, give it a little bit of a clean up and see how we go. Now, I'm just going to start pushing this rear brake pedal now, and we should hopefully be able to see this rear pot starting to come out a little bit. Okay, so now you can really see, if we shine a little light on it, all around here, you can see this very obvious line here of gunk. That is what's stopping this from going in and out as nicely as it should. So we'll get that cleaned up, see how we work then, and then we'll go from there. You should hopefully be able to see the difference in that. You can see some of the gunk here that we've taken off, and this roll here that we've used to sort of rub it all down. So quite simply, all I did was use this little flat bladed screwdriver with next to no pressure on it, just to scrape all the thick gunk off that was on it. Then I've used a old little toothbrush, just because it's a good nylon brush, to wipe that down with some WD-40 and get the scrubbing on it, and then just used a nice bit of blue roll to clean it off afterwards. And you can see how much better that is just for having a little clean up. So we'll press this back in and we'll put it back on the bike and see how it runs. Make sure that the brake pedal returns this time and everything's all nice and sound again. So as you can see from the video just there, what's happening is I was running the bike up with the back wheel off of the bench, putting it into first gear, letting the clutch out so that the back wheel would spin, and then pressing the brake in and pulling the clutch back in at the same time, and then letting the clutch back out and letting the brake off. And you could see from the rear brake lights and the fact that the bike started bogging down that the brake was ever so slightly still sticking. It's a lot better than it was, so that was probably 80 to 90% of the issue, was that rear caliper. But the next thing that I'm going to attack now is this here front cylinder, the master cylinder, up here on the foot brake. Still sticking a little bit, and this is the area that's really quite stiff. So I'm going to whip this off and see if we can find any more faults in there. Chances are there's probably going to be a little bit of dust or grime and a seal in this master cylinder that's causing the issues.
Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it.
Okay, so I've now made it to the stage where I've been able to pull this off just enough to get some WD-40 and a bit of lubricant into the main sort of shaft of this. I've reattached the spring on it, and Okay, so as it stands at this moment, we're pretty much done. We've taken that rear brake caliper off, we've pulled the piston out of it, we've given that a nice clean up, it's all shiny and free, so it's gone back on and it's all safe. We've come up here, dismantled all of this, taken the master cylinder off, found out it wasn't the master cylinder, it was this rear brake pedal, the little pivoting shaft in there. So we've taken that out, greased it back up, put it back in, connected everything back up. As you can see, it's all good and moving again now. So this bike is once again roadworthy and safe. So this is all good to go out onto the road. And we're all done for this video now. So if you enjoyed what you saw and if you learned something, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more of this stuff, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. I'm just going to do some basic cleaning on this now, so you guys don't need to be here for that. However, make sure to head over to my Instagram and Facebook and keep an eye open, because very soon I'll be having my own shop where I'll be selling some merch. Baseball caps, jumpers, t-shirts, all of that kind of stuff. So enjoy. Take care.